Morning, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Today starts our first official week of having real expectations and knowing what's to come. So it's still going to be online, but now it's hopefully going to be more regimented and scheduled and cohesive so that we can all be on the same page and know what's expected of us. So this is the video that's for parents and students to get an idea of what's coming, what's happening, what we're doing, and what everyone's part is in all of this. So I remember when I took my video the other day, I said I couldn't do it on my computer because all of this was going to be backwards, because while I'm filming right now, I can see in my camera that it is backwards, but then somehow when I posted it, everything inverted and you could read it. So I didn't need to get a new phone or a webcam. I can just use my laptop. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about right now, and I'll try to keep it short and sweet and as non-confusing as possible. But I'm still wrapping my head around a lot of things, so if it doesn't come off the clearest, you have my number or my dojo, and you can ask any questions that you may have. I do suggest that you might take out a pen and piece of paper so you can write anything down that you are confused about, but also what you need to know moving forward. Sorry if I sniffle or cough or anything. I have a little bit of a cold / allergies, but it's not coronavirus. I'm okay. It's that time of year where my allergies start acting up and I get a little sniffly. So, on this paper behind me, I have our classroom policies and procedures moving forward. So it says online learning policies and procedures. It's kind of our cheat sheet for what to expect. Starting today, all student work assignments will be accessible on their Google Classroom page. I have invited every student via their school assigned Google account to join our classroom, so that is only accessible through the students' emails. I know I asked for emails for parents a little bit ago on Dojo. They didn't end up working because they need to be within our charter domain, so I had to send it to the students' accounts. But the students all have their own account. They've used them for the Chromebooks all year. I know a lot of them are saying they don't remember it, and that's fine. I just posted a spreadsheet to our class dojo where parents can go see what their students' email is and their password is. Please write that down somewhere so that students can access this on their own without needing you to tell them what it is on Dojo. So once you see it, post it somewhere on your refrigerator, by the computer that they'll be working on, in a notebook where you're keeping track of stuff, somewhere the student can go get it themselves so that they don't have to rely on you, because at the end of the day, this is going to become their responsibility. This is now their education. They need to take accountability and have expectations from me and from you to keep this very consistent. Okay, so all assignments will be posted in their Google Classroom accounts. It's pretty straightforward. When they log in and they go to the Google Classroom, then they join my class. There's two sections. One says math, one says ELA. There will be a third one added once we kind of sort through this transition with science and social studies, but I'm not going to start that yet just because I don't want to do too much too soon to overwhelm anybody or myself, because I'm still figuring this out too. Students must check these Google Classroom assignments. Ideally, it would be every day, but I know that's not always possible right now. But as long as they are doing it by Friday, because every Friday I will be getting on, seeing what work has been submitted, and grading it. So Fridays, there won't be any new assignments. Fridays are just the days that all work needs to be submitted so that I can grade it and give feedback for the next week. Students should be completing 2 hours of school-related tasks daily. So that is not going to be coming from my direct instruction completely. I will be posting 30-minute YouTube videos every day, but one day will be ELA, the next day will be math. ELA, math. So where will this other time come from? You might be wondering. I have created other assignments within the Google Classroom that they can be completing in addition to the 30-minute videos that they have to be watching, because the video will be me, but then there's going to be an assignment attached to it. So that assignment will take up a little bit more time. But in addition to this, students are going to need to be doing Zearn every day. So whether they have a math video or an ELA video, in addition to those videos, they need to be on our Zearn platform completing one lesson at least a day. So I assigned a new module today, and by Friday they should be on lesson 4 or farther. Some other things they can use to build that time up is iReady. They have iReady reading and math accounts. I have it on the schedule down here that I'll go over a little bit more. Every other day they can use the other platform. So if on Monday they're doing math, on Tuesday they'll do ELA. So 30 minutes of iReady. They also need to do 30 minutes of independent reading. So right there we're basically at 2 hours already. So the time won't be complicated, but it is going to be things that they have to do on their own. It's not going to be coming from me, all of it. 30 minutes will come from me plus an assignment attached to that video, and then the other assignments are supplemental from Zearn and iReady and independent reading. Parents, expectations on your end would just be to keep up to date with our Classroom Dojo account. I will still be posting things in there often and checking my messages and getting back as soon as I can, but I need you to have your notifications on and be available, please, because if I don't see activity in there, I'm going to have to start thinking that you're not checking, and then I'll have to call you, and then if I don't get through to you, the school might call you, and just to avoid all of those other steps, just have your notifications on, because if you open the message, I can see that you read it. Even if you don't respond, I'll at least know that you're checking, and that's what I need to see from you. Other than that, it's really important that you're involved and know what your student has to be doing, but giving them the space to do it on their own. I know that that's difficult because, trust me, I know how many questions they ask. I spend all day with them for a very long time, and I know they're going to give you a hard time about doing things on their own. They're going to say they don't understand it, they never learned this, they don't remember. They do, and they can. They just need to be given the room to try it on their own. They blew my mind. They would really beg for help, but then if I refuse for a little bit and say, no, I know you can do this, they can. Then you'll be shocked at the amount that they really can do, because they want all of the help in the world, but in reality, they don't need it. They are much more talented than they will show you at first. So please, I know it's hard, they're going to ask, but give them space to complete these assignments on their own. Ask them to show you what they've done on their own. And if you can see that they're trying and they have strategies written down and they still haven't gotten to the right place, then please step in and don't let them struggle forever. But I always challenge them to show me something before I give them any help. I need to see, that's what I say, I need to see that you're doing everything you can before you want me to do what I can. So that usually gets them there. Okay, so now I'll go over our schedule and I'll move you a little bit closer. I will post a picture of this in our dojo, but just so we can talk about it right now. Sorry, cold. All right, so Mondays and Wednesdays will be ELA days on YouTube. So that's when they'll have the YouTube video on ELA attached to some sort of reading or writing response sheet. Let's see, I don't know if you can see this very well, but like I said, I'll post a picture. So on these 2 days, Monday and Wednesday, that's when the video on YouTube will be ELA related. So other than that, they'll also be completing independent reading. So for now, I still plan on reading this book because I started it, so I may as well finish it. So we're gonna keep doing assignments like that. but they also need to be reading independently. If you don't have books at home that allow them to do this, there's a lot of online platforms right now that are offering free resources that are books online essentially for free. I can give you information about that if you need it, so please message me on Dojo if that's something that you're interested in. I don't remember them off the top of my head right now, that's why I'm not saying it. But if you contact me saying that you need more books for your children at home, I'll look it up and I'll send you the names of those websites. So on the days that they have ELA lessons, they need to be completing a Zearn lesson online. They don't have to watch a video for math for me that day, but they do have to complete a lesson for Zearn. And they'll also do iReady Math just to make sure they're getting the ELA and the math every day. I also put on here math facts, which I'm going to ask that they practice every day. For that, excuse me, what I'm going to do, in case you don't have flashcards at home, is I have my own flashcards right here. I haven't even opened them yet. I just got them. But let me just show you. I'm going to make a YouTube video on my channel that is me I'm just going to go like this. Oh, shoot. No, it should flip. It might be backwards. I'll have to check. If it is, I'll do it in a different way. But it's just going to be me on the YouTube video, holding up cards like this, going through as if we were in class, because we were doing like math relay fact races. And if you don't have flashcards at home, it's super important that they keep remembering these fast facts and get better and more fluent with them. So I'm going to post a video so they can watch that video every single day, and they just need to keep practicing their facts. So they can watch it and just say it out loud, say it out loud, say it out loud. I'll hold the card up and they can just watch the video as many times as they feel like they need to until they have their facts down. So I have that on there every day. They don't have to do it every day, but a couple times a week would be ideal. So on the other days, so that's Monday, Wednesday, we have Tuesday and Thursday. So on those days, I'll be posting a YouTube video that is math related. We're going to start teaching new stuff now, which I know for math at least will be more challenging because we don't have that interaction time for them to ask questions as they're watching the video. So for this, it's really important that they are paying attention enough to know what questions they have, because they're going to have to write them in a comment or ask you to call me or message me or something so that I know what questions they have and I can get back to them. It's not all on the parents right now to answer the students' questions, because I know a lot of you didn't learn it like this, or it's been years. So it's not expected right now that all parents become masters of fourth grade curriculum. Answer what you can, but I don't expect you to be able to be their teacher. That's my job. That's okay. If they have a question, though, please send it to me so that I can call you and talk to them and get on the phone and help them understand whatever it is that they're not understanding. There is a really good resource called Eureka Math, Eureka, Eureka, and it's basically a parent cheat sheet that will tell you how to use the strategies that we're using, so that if you do have a hard time answering your students' questions, you can get on there and look it up, understand it a little bit more for yourself, and then get back to them. Luckily, it's we're starting geometry right now, so like lines and angles and stuff, so it's not that complicated. But something that will be hard is that we are starting with protractors, and I know that not everyone will have one of these at home. Probably nobody has one of these at home unless they have someone that's in like carpentry or something. So if you don't have access to one of these, there are ways you can use them online, which I'll send that out. So Zearn will make them use this, but they'll have it built in directly to the computer screen, so they don't need one. If they're asking you for one of these, they will not need one for Zearn. It will have it on the computer screen. So I'll try to keep my assignments not needing these for now, because they'll have it on CERN. And yeah, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll have the YouTube video for math. Still need to complete a Zern lesson. They can watch the Math Fact videos. And then there'll be ELA assignments on their Google Classroom account attached to whatever we read. And then iReady. And then Friday, there will be no new assignments. Friday is just the day that all assignments are due. So the way that we'll be grading this work is just by effort. So did your child attempt it and complete it? If they did, they get a point. If they didn't, they don't get a point. I will be assigning a separate grade for accuracy, so I'll be keeping track of if they're doing it well and if they're doing it correct, just so that I can see who still needs additional help, so I can set something up with you that way, and who is on the right track. So from the school, they just want us to keep track of who's participating, but for me, that I also want to keep track of who's understanding it and who needs more help, because I would like to be able to provide more supports if your child isn't understanding. I'm not just going to keep making them watch YouTube videos if they're not learning anything that way. So we'll have to explore other routes if that's not working for us. I don't know. I think that's all for this whole policy and procedure thing. This will be our little cheat sheet. Students need to check Google Classroom every day. Parents need to check Dojo every day. Mondays and Wednesdays are ELA days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are math days. But every day we need to do independent reading and Zern. Moving forward, I'll find ways to build in science and social studies, but I want to start slow and small and then work our way into a deeper schedule. Oh, and next week you still get spring break. So I know this has all been like spring break essentially, but nope, there will be no work next week. You get the whole week off. Okay, that is it for the parent video. Now I'm going to make the first lesson for ELA. It's going to be the next portion of Bobby the Brave, sometimes. And yeah, check their Google Classroom accounts, please. There are already lessons posted, assignments posted, and that is where I'll start sharing the YouTube videos as well. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.